where the campfire light meets the dark of night. Mysterious creatures move in the shadows. To some, they remain the subjects of folklore, but those who have encountered them know they are real.
Allegedly at McDade Park, there's been multiple Bigfoot type creature sightings. Now it's a little busy today, which worries me, but we're gonna have to find this bridge where apparently this is all happening. Maybe we can look under there, see what we can find.
Will people get attacked under the bridge?
That was a claim. One guy claimed he got attacked and had a bruise on his arm to prove it. Can't find the picture on the internet. And then another one was a police officer that claimed to have been patrolling this area at night and saw something, some sort of Bigfoot that he tried to snap a picture of. Not a great picture, but I mean, it's enough to get us here, so see what happens.
Let's see what we can find. So McDade Park is known for the Anthracite Museum and the Lackawanna coal mine tour as well. Here we got a statue, tribute to the coal miners. But I wonder, with the coal mines being in this area, there's a portion of them, and you can see in the background here, that's open for tours. They take you down in this mine car and such. But what about the portions that aren't open for tours? Are there access points to this mine? And could this be, because you think about a place like this, like McDade Park, okay, we're in Scranton, Pennsylvania, or close enough to it, I should say. I think it's in Scranton. Lackawanna County for sure. Now there are the mountains. So the mountains are around here. Bigfoot could come down out of the mountains, could come into McDade Park if he is looking to mess up some people, which I'm not sure he would be, but if he was, this would be the perfect place for it. Or perhaps he just came down here and got caught off guard by someone that happened to be at the park at the wrong time. But another place that I would speculate or question, could he hide in the mines?
True.
Could Bigfoot live in the coal mines and the portions that perhaps people haven't been to in years? They're closed for the tours, and he comes out at night when people aren't in the park and wanders around, eats out of the trash can.
Yeah, no, it's definitely possible.
Okay, so we got a little bit of a dried up creek bed here, and this is kind of a populated area right around here for sure. But once again, I'm sure with Bigfoot knowing the area, he would know the time that it's safe to come out and not be spotted by people, or perhaps not, because he's been spotted by people here.
Now, this is a picture that we have. Does that look like the same bridge to you?
It looks kind of similar. Are the basketball courts across the street?
You see the, yeah, that looks like it would be. It looks more overgrown though. Can't tell for sure, but that looks like that's the basketball courts.
Yeah.
You just can't see enough of it.
So why was this guy under this bridge though? That's my question, because this is kind of an odd bridge. You know, I was thinking when you said under the bridge, it was perhaps a bridge that you would walk under, not a dried up creek bed.
Let me see if I can find any more. We're just trying to kind of put the pieces of this story together. And we read the account about the police officer. He says that he saw the Bigfoot near a water park, or or the pool, he said. We'll have to find where that's at. I thought I saw something cool like over there. So that one we'll definitely check out. So it's not this bridge, but then this other guy says he went inside the park around 8 p.m. There's a trail that leads to a small tunnel, and we went near the little river that comes out the tunnel, or creek. We heard a noise, so I was trying to figure out with my friends what it was, and all of a sudden this big creature came out and attacked me. My friend took off. I took a stick. When I was about to hit the creature, he took off towards the tunnel. I ran out, and I was like, I'm never going back to that park at night, and my friends to this day are so confused what was in that park. A friend told me that people who go to run are hearing noises too. Now the thing is, there's also a picture that says the bridge where the Bigfoot came from. And this is likely the same bridge. That's a better picture of it. You can see the basketball courts over there.
Yeah. So they say he came from down under this bridge?
Apparently.
There must be some tracks down there or something.
But we also need to find this tunnel he's talking about.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Made it down into this dried up creek bed. Yeah, come on down here.
Found our way down here.
Check it out. Looking under the creek bed here. Got some serious snake skin.
Is there?
Yeah, that's I don't know about serious, but it's a snake skin.
Where?
That's my cue to get up out of here usually.
Yeah, but the thing is, we gotta make sure we're not missing anything under here now.
Yeah, just let me not go in the direction that that snake went, right?
Yeah, exactly. No, it looks fairly dried up.
Can't get on here.
I don't see any signs of anything
Where's
under
the
here.
snake skin?
Pretty dry. Right here.
I don't see anything.
Alright, so this tunnel is pretty dry.
Yeah.
Not very conducive to tracks by any means.
No.
Now I guess like the guy said Bigfoot was down here. I could see Bigfoot if these people wandered into the park after the normal hours and Bigfoot was kind of wandering around out here. He might have come down here to take cover.
Yeah.
You know, to avoid being spotted, and then peeked up to see who was up there. You know, said, "Hey, it's only a few guys. Let me go beat them up real quick and then run back."
Because I can't picture this being a place you'd live, you know? It's dry, there's probably not a lot of animals that come down here.
Right.
However, I do see a shoe in the middle there that's kind of odd.
And there's like a bat. It looks like a.
Yeah, I hope there's not a foot in that shoe, huh?
Yeah, I hope not.
That'd be bad. Probably better than running into that snake though, that shed that skin back
Oh,
there.
yeah.
Throw it back.
No, it's just a croc. Shoe's a croc.
I mean, even if there was anything down here, we wouldn't find it.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot of rocks, dirt, like, you're really not finding anything. Yeah, you can look for pieces of hair, but everything seems so dry. There hasn't been water down here for a long time, clearly.
Yeah, it's like completely dried up. Oh, here's something.
Yeah, what is that?
You know, it could be where a rock was, but the only thing that kind of brings attention to it is you got this here, right? And then you got something next to it right there. It looks like almost like if it were, hypothetically speaking, to be a foot, this would be like a second digit maybe.
Yes.
You
However,
know?
it looks small though.
And then there's even something here too, an imprint here. So I'm not 100% sure.
Nothing conclusive.
Nothing. Yeah, so we got a partial print there, which isn't going to help us much. Well, you can see a lot of anthracite down here, right? A lot of coal down here as well. So the tunnel that the guy walked under, or the pool, and the guy was beat up walking under that tunnel, right?
That's what he claimed. So I don't know what this bridge had to do with it exactly. yeah, that's the claim.
These stairs look interesting.
They do, yeah.
I'm willing to go run up there and just see where that path goes.
That would be interesting.
I'd like to, because it kind of seems like it's an overgrown type of path. So there are, as Alex mentioned, alleged staircases in the middle of woods. And if you encounter these staircases, you're not supposed to go up them. Apparently it's legit. Now, I haven't talked to a park ranger firsthand that has seen these staircases, but according to legend, they know about them, and they know that, hey, if you go up there, you're done. Like, it's not safe because people go up them and never come back. So this is not that. These are man-made stairs to a path that seems to end right here for some reason. Huh. See some more remnants of it up here. And then not sure where it would go to after that, but kind of a good shady spot, a bird's eye view of the park. So you can see there's the mountains, right? So it'd be easy for Bigfoot to come down right out of these mountains at night.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not sure what's on the other side of that, but I'm fairly certain that it's just a lot of woods. Kind of panning around here though.
You got the mountains all on this side too.
Yeah, I mean, look over there. So this is Bigfoot country. Like, there's plenty of places for him to disappear up here, not be seen for some time,
Yeah.
and come into the park for whatever reason. I mean, maybe he's crossing from this mountain to this mountain, or like I said, people just used one of the pavilions and left a bunch of trash, so he's here looking for food.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely possible. I don't know if this is a place where they claim, like, because a lot of the claims are saying, you know, there's something in the park, making it as if Bigfoot or whatever it is would live here.
Right.
I don't know if that's the case, but I mean, with the sightings, with the surrounding area, could have gotten, like you said, lost, just stumbled upon this area, hunting. Could be a number of things.
So, down towards the pool, I suppose?
Yeah, I guess so. So, we're gonna check out this path real quick. Again, we don't have any reason to believe that, you know, this is the spot or anything like that, but figure it can't hurt to look, because if this is in fact the bridge and that tunnel under there, there should be an accessible path right near where that guy got attacked.
So this, from what it sounds like, the path goes down under a tunnel that's made to, like, walk under, right?
It sounded like it, yeah, of some kind. I don't know what exactly he meant by his tunnel, but that's what it sounded like.
So perhaps we'll find out at the bottom of this hill.
It's really full over here. And over here it's not. It's like a spring. Then there's a path that goes over from the road.
There is a path down there.
I don't know where this water goes.
This is a stream, though.
Yeah, I do wonder where that path goes. Might be worth following.
Yeah.
And there's a big nasty hornet's nest right there, so we might want to get out of here. Over on the side there.
Oh yeah, look at that thing.
This is interesting. Here's what this is down to. You could be onto something here.
Some cold water. Let's see if it's cold or not. Oh, it's a little bit cold.
This may be more similar of what we're looking for, just due to the fact that there is water. But I think that attack was in 2015, the encounter that resulted in the attack. So there could have been water coming all up this way.
Okay, so we do have a bridge behind us here. Once again, it doesn't allude to one that you would typically walk under, unless you're walking along the creek bed here. And then the same with the one up in front of us.
When we were down this black spray can, it's very much lies this tree.
So you know what this says actually? Reading it again, is he says there's a trail that leads to a small tunnel. We went near the little river that comes out the tunnel. So he said the trail leads to a tunnel.
This trail down here,
And that may be God. Because the way we read it at first, it kind of seemed like they went through the tunnel.
yeah.
So maybe.
But then again, keeping in mind that up the other way, the trail might lead to a tunnel too. Now this one, yeah, this trail leads over to the tunnel. And then up here, the trail goes up that way as well.
And this is where he said he heard some whooping.
Down here by this tunnel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like the people who came over here and they vandalized some of these rocks with really inappropriate sayings and stuff like that.
That's why you gotta ignore them.
Yeah.
Then they never happen. They just want your attention. Not hearing much.
No response. I wasn't expecting any of that.
There's a little dry spot over there that we could probably go to.
Perhaps.
To go across the street, maybe.
We could take a look from the other side. And this tunnel, it makes sense. Because if he were coming down the road by any means,
Right.
and there was a car coming, it would make sense that it would come over
Yeah.
back into the woods here and perhaps run into this tunnel.
I think that's the case. I agree.
Not a bad vantage point from up here.
Yeah.
And it keeps going.
And I think when you look at these woods on the other side, they're thick, they're dense. I could see definitely a Bigfoot being in that territory.
Yeah. So it looks like kind of a runoff.
Yep.
That would get us down here.
There's a little bridge crossing the ditch too.
Yeah, see that. This is kind of cool. This is like a sidewalk almost. Even though it's meant to be full of water. Here we are at the other side. I could imagine Bigfoot. They say he's 8 foot tall, 7 to 8 foot tall. That's a good foot taller than I am. Now, I couldn't sit like this for a long period of time. I don't know if Bigfoot is a better croucher than I am, but I definitely couldn't sit like this for a long period of time.
Yeah, I wouldn't think so. Just kind of makes the story confusing. I mean, maybe, because, you know, sometimes animals can lay on hardwood. It depends how deep the water was, but you could probably sit like this for a little bit and you got at least 2 feet.
Yeah, I guess if he's sitting flat on the ground, huh?
I don't know how Bigfoot generally sits, though. I mean, you'll see gorillas, they sit like...
Kind of like Indian style.
Body. Yeah. So, possible. Again, we just don't know if this is the spot. It might be worth monitoring around here to see if maybe like a hair got caught or stuck on something.
That's a good point.
I see some spiders, but...
I see a hair. Although that's his...
And I could see him like, you know, picking off these daddy longleggers and eating them like peanuts.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I could see him feasting on those for a while.
I'm sure frogs and stuff come through here too.
So now we're gonna circle around back up towards the pool area. And the pool area, is that where the police officer saw him?
Allegedly, yes. And we do, I mean, that's a fairly reliable source too.
Yeah.
So we kind of trust that. And, because that also was the first sighting. And the second one was kind of a guy piggybacking off of that.
Right. And we figure it's got to be one of those two tunnels that we were at.
Right.
More likely this one, because this one has the path that actually leads down to the tunnel. But we get another good vantage point from up here. Yeah, that does look like some kind of a dam there or something, huh?
Everything's dry around here.
It is. It's completely dried up.
We are still in the middle of a heat wave.
That's true.
Still helping our cause.
So we came down this hill here, checking out this dried up creek bed. It's the same one that is under that goes under that first bridge we were on. But no telling how long it's been since water flowed along this thing. I kind of wanted to get a look at that waterfall that's non-existent. And I think we're right about to it here. And there it is, right there's the top of that man-made waterfall. And another fairly large snake skin down there on the rock. And I think I'm gonna get out of here before I encounter whatever left that. Just after checking that creek bed out.
Yeah.
Pretty cool, big snake skin. I thought it was something that was maybe used to wrap a package for shipping or something like that, like some plastic wrap, because it was large. Some big anthracite down there too. But
No Bigfoot.
we're heading over to the pool. Not to take a swim.
No.
I would.
Yeah, I would too, but now we're gonna try to scout out the spot where this police officer saw a Bigfoot. Now, I mean, what I'm thinking maybe too is maybe next time we're up in this area to come down here at night, and if we know the locations, to drive the park, see what we can find at night. It's also worth mentioning that this was years ago. You know, 2015 was the last article about this.
Right.
And I think that was on the heels of the police officer sighting, which was also around the same time. So the report came out in 2015 from that guy, but he could have seen the Bigfoot well before that. So we don't know the latest updates if anyone's seen anything around here since.
But that being said too, you think of how long, if Bigfoot is in the area, how long he's been out here.
Right.
longer than white man has.
Yeah.
You know, so if there's one that's been seen in this area, I'd be willing to bet if he wasn't just a transient Bigfoot, that there's still quite a few of them in this area.
Right.
And the chances are there's going to be signs of them around. It's kind of tough right now, though, with the drought, with how dry everything's been.
Oh, yeah.
And you also figure Bigfoot is very good at covering his tracks because there's so little evidence.
There's a guy coming from that one. So it looks as if we're getting up to what we think is the pool, or the former pool, more likely.
Yeah, because there's no parking. No one parked down there. And this does say handicap parking only, so maybe handicap can come up here and park or something when the gates open, but I don't know. From my vantage point, this place looks somewhat forgotten.
Yeah.
I see tall grass on the outsides of this building here. I'd even venture to say it looks like ancient Roman ruins, the way the top of it is crumbling. You know, and there's these random walls here. So I'm not sure swimming is still a thing at McDade Park. But even better, well, not better for the summer enthusiast, but better for us, because if this is not heavily trafficked, surely Bigfoot might find a desirable place to come.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, in fact, I'd venture to say that swimming has been non-existent here for a while.
7 years.
Perhaps 7 years.
He said, I noticed a very dark object leaning over the edge of the road near the pool as I drove past. So this is the road, and if it was near the pool, like he could have been coming up that way, and he could have noticed something in the dark up there leaning across the road. So a few days, I passed extremely close to the object, close enough for me to feel shocked to see a large hairy section of well-muscled leg and big hairy wrist and hand as the creature turned. I screamed and grabbed myself to snap a pic and my gun. I slammed on the brake and was ready to shoot. I have a weapon. I'm not gonna. It doesn't really say where it went, and it looks like, so from my vision, he was probably coming up this road and maybe saw something at the end of the road leaning over, and I would assume he said he pulled up to it and saw a hairy leg, and his picture looks like it has a wooded background.
So Bigfoot was up here trying to hitchhike, like sticking out his leg, like,
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. That's what it seems like. But then this road ends. So
I've
yeah,
seen
this
them do that on cartoons, like the bunny on Bugs
Right.
Bunny does that.
yeah. So this is the only way he could have gone.
This is it. The road ends right here, which leads me to wonder, though, where was that guy that just came down walking from?
I don't know.
Did he just come up here to walk around this parking lot and come back down? I don't know. I feel like there's got to be some paths. I don't know. I guess we can finish our loop around the pool here, but one more look from this end. You can see this thing is...
You know, we came up and obviously the road ends right here. My assumption is that the police officer came up the way we came up. He saw something probably at the end of the road here. He got close enough to say he saw a leg. So that could have been something. He kept pulling up. He saw the leg in his headlights, but then something ran off and into the woods, and he claims to have gotten a picture of it. He doesn't give an explanation as to what happened after the fact, but there's nowhere else for it to go because there's houses on this side. So it's interesting. What could have happened there?
So I guess we might as well just kind of loop around the pool here, scour the wood line, just to see if there's anything that looks like a path that would go up there. Yeah. Any trace of a deer path that he might use. So you can see some places like this where perhaps, like I said, like deer trails, a little break in the trees, and it goes back and disappears into the abyss of the woods. So little places like that perhaps Bigfoot could come out. And it's places like this you want to look, because you see, like here, there's an imprint, right? Something stepped there, something's been stepping here. And it's places like this where you might see a footprint.
And you'll see, you know, toe, the foot, toe, toe. This would probably be a juvenile. It only has 3 toes though. Have you heard of 3-toed Bigfoots?
I have not.
And it's not much bigger than my hand, and actually probably smaller than my foot. But you do have a definite imprint in the ground here. I'm sure you can see.
I just thought that was walking around here.
I don't think that guy had a foot shape like that. He had sneakers on.
Yeah, that looks like almost a bird.
Yeah, like a 3, maybe like a, what do you call it? Like a marsh monster or something like that.
I mean, this could also be, you could be looking at a toe, 2 toes, and another one there. Not definitive, obviously, and we can't tell enough just because we're not looking at mud or anything like that. It's like Russ Flatten's out there as well. I don't know if that's anything to do with. It's very hard to tell. There's some sort of path here.
Yeah, looks like we might have something.
Takes us back into the woods. Not for long now. The bridge.
Yeah, this is interesting. This is a nice little creek bed here. It's kind of like the one we were walking down alongside of the road. That's just lined with rocks. It goes up into the woods there. But no water coming along it. Got something? Yeah, something was killed there.
So you could spit across. Probably a Bigfoot. Never seen a.
Or is that?
Those look like those things from the...
Oh, is it? Is that milkweed or like dandelion?
I don't know.
But there's a big chunk of it right here.
It might be more likely. Because there's a lot of this.
So this is a cool thing. There's this bag on the back of this bench. It says, sit down, open the bag, open the book, be open, read and write, find the joy, share the moment, tag us at the bench proj. So this is a good thing to see if there are any reports of Bigfoot in there.
Yeah. And obviously there's pens, pencils, things like that. And, you know, scroll through the pages. Most of it's people like with deep messaging. Trying to see if we can't find anything about Bigfoot there.
Some nice drawings and stuff. And we came up these stairs. We saw these stairs here and we're like, oh, we gotta go up there because there's a bench at the top. And sure enough, the view from up here is quite awesome. I believe we have Scranton over there and the mountain range all around, just as far as you can see, mountains. And there's some benches on that far hill up there. Once again, the perfect place for Bigfoot to disappear because he could come down out of those mountains right down along here, and then right down there, that comes out in that pool area. So, especially if the pool was full of water at the time, maybe he was down there trying to take a dip if it was anything like it is today. So we're taking a chance to fill in the book and talk about what we did this weekend and our exploration of McDade Park. I noticed while I'm up here, you can hear people yelling from way, way out. And I imagine, I don't know if you can access this at night, but if you could, the lights of the city must look amazing. But likewise, I bet all across this valley, you can hear any Bigfoot that is sounding off, that is out there whooping or wailing, screaming. Bet there's some sounds to be heard up here at night. So there you have it, the Bigfoot of McDade Park. Perhaps he exists.
Yeah.
We didn't find any evidence, but that doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
It's hard to find evidence of Bigfoot, especially something that is conclusive, definitive. It's not easy to come by,
Yeah.
especially with who knows how often he comes into this park.
Yeah, and this park, like we said, it's the daytime, it's busy. This was the time we could come. So, not everything was on our side.
Right. Definitely a nice park though, pretty cool place to come and check out during the day.
Oh yeah.
Not sure if you'll encounter Bigfoot, but nice area to walk around. It'd be nice if they opened up the pool and had some water running through these creeks.
I know.